And welcome to another edition of Doors at Six, where four assholes get together and talk about the music business. We have Thorpe. Say hi, Thorpe.
Not an asshole. There's only three assholes.
We've got Travis.
I'm an asshole.
Okay. We got James Brown.
I am a saint.
And we've got myself, and I'm Trip. And when
Biggest asshole.
Biggest asshole. When we left the show last time, James was talking about his career being out with Sly and the Family Stone, and I got that wrong. And you were telling some stories about Cher and Greg Allman. We're going to get to that in a sec.
Yes.
But we're going to get caught up with everything that the rest of us are doing. Then we're going to get to some great stories from the old days. Thorpe, fall is normally when you're a little bit more relaxed. How busy have you been?
We're still pretty busy.
How many shows do you do a week?
This week, we've done probably 6 events.
And Thorpe owns a company called Anchor Stage Management. And they handle staging, running shows all around the state of Utah, sometimes over in Nevada and wherever else it's needed. And so you've had a hell of a summer. What's your favorite show of the summer?
That's a hard question. I don't really have a favorite. Anyone that pays the bills.
How many people don't pay the bills?
Not many.
The business has changed quite a bit, and we've talked to James about it, where you literally would chase the promoter down to get a check.
Just tackle them if necessary.
That shit still happens, but yeah.
And Travis, how was your summer?
Summer was good.
You were out with one of the Marley.
Yes, I was out with Steve Marley for about 3 months on the road.
How many shows did you do?
I want to say somewhere around 70, 80,
Whoa.
somewhere between that. We were
70 or 80 days, 70 or 80 shows out of 90 days.
3 months. So
Yeah.
yeah, about that. I would say we were doing about 4 to 5 shows a week.
That's the Bataan Death Drive. What time? So for our viewers who haven't been out on the road, don't know much about it, give me kind of a day when you're out there. What's it like? Like an average day.
An average day is wake up, hope you get a meal, and then unload the trailer.
So you're on a bus when
Yeah.
you're overnight. So just kind of go through a day. So you're traveling, you're on a bus, sleeping at night. Just kind of fill people in how it is.
Yeah, so it's not very comfortable. It's a little coffin. It's the worst. Trying to sleep in one of those things while the bus is moving and rocking back and forth. Getting up, yelling at the bus driver usually. That's our daily.
Why are
first
you
day.
yelling at the bus driver?
Because he's a moron. He was by far one of the worst bus drivers I've ever had in my life. Like, stupid. Let's just say that. Just downright stupid.
But you look at a tour bus, they're $1 million tour bus. Everyone thinks it's fun and light when you're in a tour bus.
No. I mean, you're
You're on an 18 sleeper bus with 17 fucking guys you don't like. That's
Yeah, pretty much. Well, there was what? So our sleep's 12, and there's 13 of us. So it was cramped.
So that's a type of situation where it just no fun. So you get up. So okay, you've struck the show. Let's say you're in Salt Lake and you're going to Denver.
Okay.
You've struck the show. You're on a bus all night. What time do you get into Denver?
Whenever I wake up.
No, I mean, but give us some hours.
I don't know.
it's
Let's say
about a
10 o'clock.
12-hour
Yeah.
drive
Yeah.
Okay.
in
I
a
don't-
bus.
I
So-
don't keep track
So
of
why
that.
is that important? You want to know how long
what I'm-
it takes them to get to one.
No.
This
What
is-
I'm trying to get him to fill in. Trust me on this one. It's going to work. So people who've never been on tour, I'm trying to give them an example.
And
so
who
let's
will
say
never be on tour.
Well,
yeah, but-
most people see touring as a fun
Glamorous.
job. Yeah, and for people like us, it's not
It's a pain
it's
in the-
not fucking
it's a
glamorous.
pain in
It's
the ass.
you are it's nonstop work. So if you're out for 3 months,
It's 24,
that's how fucking long you're working.
24 hours a day around
Yeah.
the clock. Whether you're sleeping or not, it's a job.
Because somebody always wants something.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no
Totally.
question. So let's say you pull into the gig at 12 noon on a Monday morning or
Okay.
Monday at noon. What? Explain what happens now.
So usually we'd be a little bit before noon because our trailer door, like we load in right at noon, get everything in, get set up, and sound check.
So you're at the mercy of your fucking bus driver
Mm-hmm.
who, if he doesn't get the trailer close enough to the stage, that depends on your fucking push. Your pushes can be right at a dock or a fucking block away through a goddamn field. And,
And so every piece of equipment. So getting that trailer up to the dock makes life so much easier for everyone.
Oh yeah, but if you have a bus driver who can't back up a trailer or does not listen, it becomes quite strenuous, and I've cussed him out quite a few times.
Okay.
And not just me, but other people on our crew have.
And
cussed
don't go
out.
to work in a town where the union is the boss.
Oh,
Now you got a real fucking headache.
oh, and I know that business. From the television. Yeah.
I got nothing to say about that. I got tons of things to say. I'm just not going to say them here.
Yeah, because that's a whole nother gig.
Yeah.
There's some cities where you pull in and you just look at the crew and you're like, I'm going to be doing most of the work today.
Because so it's a union crew, and they're not going to do anything to help you.
Well, some unions won't even let you touch your own shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like some of them can be weird. Like
You're
that.
at the mercy of them all day long.
Break time, smoke time, live time.
These
life
are
time,
real things.
Work
Oh
time.
no! When we had to do a boxing show from a union casino, it sucked because the best case scenario, the union guys shadow our cameraman, shadow our director, our TD, our floor manager. So you got a guy in the way who's not doing anything to make for a better TV show
with attitude.
with attitude. And then when they break, you can't do anything.
Yep.
Because they've got some guy who's going to come over and give you shit for doing anything, and it almost leads to fights. Then the union guys end up stealing
No,
stuff.
it does lead to fights.
It definitely leads to.
It leads to a lot of fights.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes for life miserable. So you've just unloaded. You've slept poorly in a beautiful coach on the way from Salt Lake. You've loaded. You're set for sound check. Do you get an hour to yourself then?
Nope, because we do all the acts. So the whole tour, it was, let's see, so Stephen Marley, Joe Mercer Marley, Stephen's son, Sasha Payne, Stephen's daughter. So we were in charge of everybody.
So you would literally go from 12 to 12 midnight, get all loaded out, jump on the bus, and be off to another city.
Yeah.
You got to tell me if I'm wrong. A sound check. People think a sound check is in that hour or 2 hour block. The sound check starts soon as the shit gets unloaded off the truck. They're setting up the stuff.
Nah, not always. It's a lot more structured now, but if your name's on the marquee,
Yeah,
then it can be a full-fledged rehearsal.
all day long.
Yep.
I mean, sometimes the band has to rehearse.
Yeah.
Because maybe the night before, they messed up one little thing and they want to go over that and make sure they get it
Totally.
right for their
And the
fans.
star may be in the cabin or in the suite, and they'll come down exactly at about 3 or 4 o'clock
Yeah.
in the afternoon.
When they have an hour.
Exactly.
When they have an hour left, and
Exactly.
they'll bleed into the next hour,
Exactly.
and all the opening acts time for sound check.
Or they'll bring that new guitar.
Oh, yeah.
Plug this in
Yeah.
because it's my favorite guitar. It was in my room with me. I don't let anybody touch this.
Exactly.
So plug it in.
Yep.
So egos are one of the big problems.
Oh,
They can be problematic, but it's not like that's not even I mean, there are so many moving parts that there are a lot of things that can shit your day up. And it starts from dropping the door of the trailer
exactly.
or yelling at your fucking bus driver who can't drive. I mean, that's the start of your day. The end of your day is chasing the fucking promoter down the goddamn road trying to get paid. So, I mean,
Luckily enough, that wasn't my job.
And that's the biggest part of the whole thing is getting the money.
well, there are a lot of big parts of it, especially nowadays because production is, I mean, when James was on the road, you guys were in a fucking van.
No, I've never been in a van. I've only been in limos.
Okay.
Don't ever forget that.
Most limos don't have a fucking trailer hitch.
No, they
Okay,
don't.
so
I never saw the truck coming. The truck was always there.
yeah, see, there you go.
When we pulled up, I happened to be in the limo with Sly everywhere he went, so I never had to worry.
First
my
class?
worries,
Grunt.
Yeah.
my worry happened on the stage. If the lights were messed up, if the sound would, because Sly was not at the sound.
Which
check.
is also my job.
Yes,
As a stage manager, I have to worry about all those fucking things too.
right.
Which, it went from you, but your job is now coming to me and bitching me out
Exactly.
because that shit's wrong.
Exactly.
And then shit rolls downhill, man. And we some people in your position
or decent human beings like I was.
You and I would talk in the morning,
Yes.
and we have a contingency plan.
or after the gig that night.
Yeah.
If it was a gig
Well,
before,
what went wrong? How can we fucking change it?
let's do
Sorry.
this to that song.
Yeah.
When we get to the bridge on this, let's
Yeah.
take this out here. Do those jails this way. I need a little more fire.
Totally.
I need a little more light. Do that there. When he comes on, put a spot on him and let the spot get ahead of him. Put the spot on the mic before he gets there so he breaks into the stage. I mean, I would create
Totally.
crap and try to make it look good. You know?
But in your situation, how many bosses do you have? I mean, so
How many do I have?
Yeah, so-
Not many.
So is the tour manager the guy that you listen to?
I would say that we more collaborate than he tells me what to do. He tells me what he needs, and I make that shit happen. It's not like I'm your fucking boss. I need you to do this.
It's a friendly thing
Yeah.
because the manager knows, the tour manager knows that guy could fuck him up.
Yeah, totally.
I mean,
You-
could make
I mean,
his day.
Have
I
you-
got 20 guys behind me say I'm gonna have a fucking good day.
yeah.
You know, and though he may have 20, his 20 need my 20. So, yeah, it's very smart to come into this with a friendly face and
Yes.
okay, let's do this way.
And nobody likes to work with an asshole.
Yeah.
And the security guys are dumb fucks. You know, they don't know what they're doing half the time.
Well,
you know, because
they need a
guidance.
constructive criticism from here to there, and maybe don't handle the people like that, or
Yes.
So
these
I-
days there's crowd surfing and all kinds of shit that, and I feel for security guys because their job's not easy either.
No.
Every person in a production has their own set of challenges, and a lot of us don't see the other guy's shit because, I mean, during the show, I'll see a security guy get kicked in the face by a overweight girl coming over the fucking barricade, and then he's got to catch her.
Which isn't the easiest thing to do.
No. So, I mean, those things being said, to people who aren't in this business, there are a lot of moving parts, and every single person has their own challenges. And you walking into a show are a fucking challenge because you're going to bitch about the drinks. You're going to bitch about fucking where you're standing. I can't see this. Why is it so loud?
Why aren't
Why-
there any
what-
chairs? Why aren't there any tables?
Oh
This
my
and
God,
that?
dude. The list
yeah.
goes on and on and on.
And then you got the act. Got these stages of their evolving to when they hit the stage. The green room is, I'm with family. I'm now walking down the corridor to get to the stage. I'm going into that persona. I'm now on the stage where I'm now become serious musician, and I'm watching all the technical guy. Where's my audio guy? Where's my light guy? Where's everybody at? So they're trying to know. And then it's, I'm Mr. or Mrs. Happy person on the planet, which sometimes it don't happen on the get on stage.
There was a part that James missed in all that too, like the other section of the green room where people are
doing
doing
drugs
tons
and-
of fucking blow and
Exactly.
and personifying that persona.
Exactly.
and that, is there less of it now? Is it gotten more professional?
It's more sophisticated
Well, it depends on who you're working
Because
with.
in the old
Yeah,
day, in my days
depends
on the
on the
road,
band.
every artist that I worked for was high or drunk when they go on stage.
Totally.
I mean, 100%. And this is in the 70s, early 80s, so I'm dating myself here, but 100%. And depending on how high or how drunk they were as to whether you had a good show or not.
Totally.
And to have, if you've got a 7 or 8 person band, you've got levels of consumption.
Most people don't know their sweet spot.
Exactly.
So
It's
you have
blackout.
to limit that shit.
Well, and that, you make a wonderful point. There's no reason you can't go on after 3 or 4 beers and have a great show. There are plenty of reasons after 13 or 14 beers you can't have a great show.
Oh yeah, there are.
And getting from 3
You
to
fell
4
off
to
the fucking stage, or you never made it on it.
yeah.
you know.
Well, so my buddy was out with Slash, and Slash always claimed he'd never go back and do Guns N' Roses because he had to wait for Axl for 2-3 hours every night, because when they were in their heyday, and that gets old too, because you've got 7 guys ready to go on stage, and the 8th guy is. I mean,
Well, that's one of the challenges of having that many people in a band. I mean, I know my shortcomings, so I don't have partners. If I ever started a band, it'd just be fucking me and a bunch of tracks, because I'm not gonna wait on all these assholes.
That's why a lot of people are going to hip hop these days.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
The egos in the room are bigger than life can imagine.
Yeah, but so if we're gonna talk about egos, hip hop is where that shit is. There's tons of it.
Oh,
Because there's
these
the
are street
solo
hoods.
man. Just,
These are street hoods who grew up busting each other.
Not
upside
all
the
of them,
head.
though.
Well, some of them, but Drake is not. A
No,
street
he's
hood.
Canadian.
He's a sweet guy.
He got booed
That-
off stage
that-
this
He
weekend.
pretends.
That is not fucking gangster.
No,
Being
no.
Canadian is not
No,
gangster.
no,
Sorry.
No.
So, who are the worst hip hop guys in your experience? We can name names. It's okay.
No, I'm not gonna name any names. I mean, it's clunky every time, and there's a new shift in hip hop where there are a lot of white trashy, like fucking white boy hip hop things going on, and you know, it's the only thing that I can compare it to are fucking juggalos, and they're like the
Insane
worst.
Clown Posse.
Yeah, it's the same mentality across the board. Like, you know, but for people, anyone listening to this, we're in Utah. West Valley is a concentrated, a concentrated
That's a good description.
municipality of these types of people. And when they play in downtown Salt
By the
Lake
way,
City,
we need to stop for a commercial. The West Valley Chamber of Commerce is proud to sponsor our show. Go ahead.
now you threw me off.
You were talking about the Juggalos out in West Valley City.
Well, they're not all juggalos, but that mentality is, you know, when this shit plays in Salt Lake City, my point is nothing but crickets chirping in West Valley.
So they're all at the show.
Yeah. And, you know, these people beat the shit out of each other and they get stupid drunk. And if I were to sum it up with one word, class wouldn't be it. So-
I've got a story, for instance. Working a show as a local, as a camera operator in the pit, and you got a hip hop artist there kicking speaker wedges off of the stage right where I'm standing. Like, that was one instance where I actually walked away from a job.
Did you really?
I
Well, I
Turn the
mean,
cam-
if your life's in fucking danger,
yeah, like this dude could have, like those things probably weigh 75 pounds. Getting 75 pounds whacked in the head, no thanks.
And you just dropped your camera. Well, you took your camera.
I took the camera because
Yeah.
I'm liable for that.
Oh, actually, this reminds me of another fucking story that I know of Travis and a particular female hip hop artist.
Oh God.
Travis was a runner, and the runner picks up the artist from the hotel and brings them to the gig, and as well as does all their bidding throughout the day.
So you're a personal assistant.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So
It was terrible.
I'm gonna segue into his story. So we're expecting this artist. I'm the stage manager at this festival, and Travis has gone to get the artist. We're fucking waiting on the artist. I'm waiting at the gate because at this point we're late by quite a bit already.
It was well over an hour.
Yeah, and she just let you out there waiting on her.
At her hotel.
Yeah.
And you're calling up to her room going, hey,
I'm calling the person I was talking with, her personal assistant that was doing all the communicating between me because she would not talk to me directly.
as well, she's a smart woman, whoever this is. But go ahead.
No, it had
no.
nothing to do with that, and it had to do with race. Like,
Okay.
honestly, had to deal with race. And so Travis is told that he has a what do you call it? An escort, a police escort.
Okay.
So he's fine, right? They're late. He's speeding back to the venue
With the artist.
Yes.
with the artist. Cop comes up behind him, flashing lights. Right?
Yep.
Chases. Well, Travis thinks that he's his escort, bringing him back to the venue. When indeed he's chasing him down. And so I'm waiting
You know,
at
it's
the
funny how
gate.
perception can change things.
Yeah.
I'm about to get busted, or I've got a police escort.
Well,
you know.
he thought that he had his police entourage,
He was told. You were told that.
Yes, I was told that.
and so I'm waiting at the fucking gate because I need her on stage. The
Right.
crowd at this time time in the fucking night is turning. We're well over an hour,
Yep.
and so they get through the gate, and this cop comes blowing in and jumps out, draws his gun.
Yep.
What were you driving? A limo or
Blacked out Suburban.
blacked out? Okay.
Yeah, like fully murdered out Suburban. Pulls in, cop behind him, jumps out, get the fuck out of the car. And I thought the cop was
The escort.
I thought he was the escort also.
Everybody thought this was the escort, but
He
this
jumps
dude
out
was
and
livid.
fucking pulls his gun on Travis, gets him out of the car, and the artist gets out. Everyone has their hands up. They quickly put her in the green room. So here we are, well over an hour, and now, well, I'm mentally
Oh, she
distraught.
can't go on because she's
Yeah.
distraught. And as a black artist, I can see that.
I can see it too.
Yeah. No. I mean.
I can see it too.
yeah. This. No. I'm.
And as a black man, I can't see that. You know, it's kind of
The
a
show must
strange
go on no
situation
matter
for me,
what.
You know, I've never had that kind of thing happen to me in my entire life. You guys are biased.
Yeah, especially in your day.
Yeah, it's a problem.
So I'll let Travis finish the story, but it's pretty funny.
So
Now,
yeah, now it's fun.
No, it was scary as shit when it was
Yeah.
going on.
yeah.
So when he did pull me out of the car, eventually, just because I'm by the stage, I've got my manager running over,
Right.
I've got him running over, I've got the promoter running over to de-escalate the issue. So the dude was overwhelmed. So he's like, "Get back in the car, stay there, don't move."
Right.
Very aggressive. So funny story is, this sheriff, my boss, had called this person in particular about the escort, who had never returned the call. So the sheriff goes, "So wait, you're this person that gave me that voicemail?" And he's like, my boss was like, "Yes, that you never returned." So I got off with nothing.
Well, but your boss kind of screwed up because he should have gone to you and said, "Hey, I haven't heard back from." So this is up in Park City.
Yes.
So the Park City, the Summit County guy, your boss should have said, "I was not able to get a hold of him. You do not have a police escort." That would have been a nice piece of information.
Oh
for
yeah,
you
it
to
would have
have.
been great. 'Cause-
Wow.
What a professional person he is.
Yeah.
That was so nice, the way you eloquently
Hey, but
des-
what- what
described that. That
What
was,
have I stopped?
Oh,
Probably not. The show must go on.
Oh, you should stop. Fuck that. Don't, do
now
not
he
run
goes-
for police officers.
Now he goes from this eloquent description.
No, you don't
to
stop right
fuck
away.
That.
No, not
You
right
know what
away.
I mean?
I stopped eventually.
I'm married to a cop.
I'm-
You stop when they tell you to stop.
You know what? I have to applaud you at being a professional host in the manner you handled both sides of that description.
I
You
fucking
went
disagree.
from,
This guy-
Oh my
no.
God. To
No.
fuck that. I mean, just in the course of a second.
Well, hey, we're going to take a short break. You're listening to Doors at 6, where four assholes get together and talk about the music business. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Doors at 6. We've got Thorpe. I'm Trip. We've got Travis, and we've got James. Now, James, you told a great story about Sly and the Family Stone. You share Greg Allman off the air. Go ahead.
Well, first I brought some collaborative information I wanted to read. By the 1970s, Stone had become erratic and moody, missing nearly a third of the band's concert dates. He hired streetwise friends Hamp Bubba Banks and J.B. Brown as his personal manager. Now, this is the good stuff. And they enlisted gangsters Eddie Chin and mafiosa J.R. Now, we're being titled as the guys that hired the gangsters. Nobody hired anybody for Sly. Sly hired whoever he wanted to hire. So I wanted to get out of
How
that.
much money did you make as
I
Sly's
got
road?
about 10,000 a week, plus bennies.
Motherfuckers don't make that shit a week.
I was
That's
pretty
some
good.
gangster shit.
Yeah.
And I brought this to collaborate my great talent.
To collaborate?
Yeah, this
To verify.
collaborate.
Okay.
He printed that earlier today.
Yeah. Did you get that off Wikipedia too?
This is a song I wrote for the state of Wyoming with Elmer Peeler, who was a writer.
Wait, you guys know you can edit Wikipedia, right?
You know the one
Yeah,
thing
that's where James got
the one
that
thing
shit.
I don't like about this asshole show is the assholes come out in groups. You know what I mean? They don't go one at a time on you. They gang up on you. You know. But you asked me to tell a story about Greg Allman and I were buddies back in the day. And we used to hang out at the Rainbow and the Roxy, and we had a ball. He was just a magnet for girls. Rock and roll Greg Allman, and I'd be tagging along, and we'd have a good time. So one day he calls me up and said, man, can I come over? I said, yeah, come on over. And I was living on Spalding Avenue, 2 blocks from Wilshire Boulevard in the heart of Beverly Hills. And he comes over to my house. He says, man, Cher put me out. I said, what do you mean she put you out? No, she put me out. I said, you kidding me, man. Come on, let's go back over there and, I'll get you in. So we get in my car, and we drive over to the house, and we get to the gate, and Cher has got a guy sitting at the front gate with a rifle.
Never a good sign.
So I said, I think she's pretty serious. So when he saw it was Greg, he stands up. She comes out of the house up to the gate, and she proceeds to call me a bunch of motherfuckers. James Brown, you a motherfucker. I said, what did I do? You're with that slime bag drug addict fuckhead who cheated on me. So I said,
And those are his good qualities.
and I mean, and she's known for a potty mouth. She talked so bad about him. I said, look, man, this is not a good sign. We need to go. So I take him back to my house. And I said, look, I've got to run. I'll be back. You just relax. So when I come back to my house, Greg is on the couch in my living room doing a thing with this young girl. So I said, no wonder the bitch kicked you out. You're a heathen. You should be crying, trying to figure out how to get back to Beverly Hills, And he said, oh, man, don't worry about it. So I took him to his mother's house. His mother lived in the Doheny Towers. And I said, come on, man, I'm taking you to your mama. That's where you need to be at. And I took him over to his mother, and she cracked up. She says, yeah, he's a knucklehead. I said, yes, he is.
Well, she did a good job in the parent department. Greg and Dwayne Allman, arguably the Allman Brothers, one of the greatest American bands ever,
Yes.
and career cut short by Dwayne's death.
Yes.
And but we are going to have more stories next time. Hey, we want to thank Lee, who's behind the camera putting this all together. Want to thank
Thanks, Lee.
Thorpe and Travis, the new studio. This is going to sound great. It's going to look great. We're in good shape. James, thank you as always. We'll have
My
a longer
pleasure,
show
my
next
pleasure.
time.
It's a
And
joy.
For all our viewers, like us, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Tell people about us. We'll see you next time on Doors at 6.